In this video, I want to give my honest and in-depth review of the new TrendMonetizer platform that's just recently been released. Hi, welcome to the Hidden Online Living YouTube channel. My name is Peter, and in this video, I want to give my honest opinion about the new platform TrendMonetizer that's recently released. So before we get into it, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you're made aware of future content. And also make sure to check out the first link in the description and the pinned comment for a simple and effective step-by-step blueprint that you can use to help grow your online business quickly and effectively. Okay, so before we actually get started on this review, I just want to point out and make note of that I am by no means a lawyer and I'm not a copyright expert with regards to this software and the steps that's been implemented on it. You would have to proceed with your own caution and take it with a pinch of salt, because it states that it legally allows you to ethically hijack trending topics both in videos and blog posts from websites, etc. Now, how legal that is, that I cannot say, because I don't really have the background or knowledge to know whether it's right or not. I am just giving my honest, valid opinion. But I just want to make aware, especially for beginners and newbies that are out there that are not really sure of what they're looking for when they're getting started, just to be aware of something like this, because it can make or break your business, or it can actually hinder your progress when you're getting started. So I just want to give my honest, valid opinion and hope that you can actually see for yourself what you can decide of whether it's going to be for you or not. So what I quickly want to do is I want to jump into the computer and I'll go through the sales page and I'll just discuss more about the different content and the variants around the software and how it's used, and to kind of demonstrate to you whether it's going to be viable for you or not. So without further ado, we'll just jump in.
Okay, so we're just on the main JV page now for the TrendMonetizer. Now, I don't actually have access to this software, but from what I've seen of it, I just want to give my honest overview and valid opinion based off this software. So obviously it allows you to legally and ethically hijack trending content from both videos and articles all over the internet, and then you can embed them on your own custom messages, obviously to drive traffic, leads and sales to the businesses. So essentially what that means, it's going to scrape information of content that's already been created from other users, and then you can obviously use it and embed it on your own posts and websites, etc. Now, from what I've seen, obviously you can have different videos and it kind of shows you and runs you through how the software actually works.
Hey, it's Victory here.
So obviously the software actually does work. From what I've seen in it, I was looking at a couple of demo videos and it shows you how the software actually running. So obviously just looking at some of these videos, this is one of the videos that's actually showing you a main demo of the product actually in action.
Whether hijacked or not, can as well be shared instantly or scheduled for the later by the user. Okay, so let me log into a user's account. So on the main dashboard, users can click on the Start Tour link to see the overview video, which helps the user understand where things are. Now, TrendMonetizer is divided into three. We have the trend curation part, the hijacking and monetization part, and the share and schedule part. So, let's start with trend curation. This feature curates and uncovers the latest marketing research and digital trends with data reports, guides, videos, and articles freshly crawled from the entire web. Let me show you all of that quickly. So when the user clicks on the search icon to find a trend, he's taken to the Trends dashboard to really get started. On the Trends dashboard, users can find trending content by either clicking on any of the trending keywords or by entering a keyword on the search bar. When the search returns a content, a user can preview it, pin it, hijack it, or directly share it. So let's search for a trend.
So yeah, legally it's saying that legally that you can hijack other people's content. Now when it says that, you'd have to take that with a pinch of salt, because there's no guarantees if it is actually a legal outlet that you can actually publicly and legally steal other people's information. Obviously you could take it, but the chances are you probably wouldn't. It says that you can use it obviously on your own websites and so forth, etc. But I would question to think how it could be usable on, say, like social media, likes of Facebook and so forth, because they're very, very strict on those type of policies, etc. They'll know pretty quickly if something is directly copied from somewhere else. And to be honest, something like this here, like, don't get me wrong, the software, from what I've seen in the demos, it clearly works and it will do exactly what it's going to say, and there doesn't seem to be any issue with that at all. But how legitimate it actually is in terms of creating content, because effectively you're not creating content, you're actually taking other people's content and using it as your own. Now, whether it allows you to edit it and obviously to change things around, that remains to be seen. But for me personally, doing it like that, if you were literally just to copy and paste, the chances are you would get your accounts banned, which would really be dangerous for your business. So I would find it very hard to kind of recommend something like this, because you just don't know how legitimate it actually is. So I would be very skeptical of it. So obviously going back here to obviously these screenshots, again, you don't know how true these actually are, because we don't know the actual sources of where they came from, so you just have to take everything with a pinch of salt. Because usually with most reviews that I do try to be kind of straightforward with it, but with something like this here, because you don't want to be in a case where you've worked so hard to create something only to just try something that, like in terms of this, and you may not think that you're doing anything wrong, and then all of a sudden you realise that you've triggered something on a social media account that you have, and then straight away your account gets banned or suspended, and then you have to try and plead your case, or it's completely terminated, and that can really affect your business, if not kill it altogether, and you want to essentially avoid that at all costs. So something like this, I would probably recommend avoiding it if possible, especially if you're not really too sure. But like I said, the software actually does genuinely work, but you'd want to be cautious, extremely cautious.
So that's my honest review for the TrendMonetizer platform, and I hope that you found some of the information in here to be insightful and valuable, and at least allow you to kind of make a logical decision based off whether it's going to be something that you can use or not. For me personally, I would personally stay away from something like this. That's not no regard to come across as being totally negative. It's my opinion, because when you're starting out in an online business and you want to create something, you'll have to put in the hard work and time to build up your content and your platforms and your brands. But by using something like this, I would be very skeptical, and I would have a lot of questions around it as to know whether it could actually help you grow. If anything, this could probably hurt your business. Now, there's no guarantees that it will or won't. I can't say, because like I said, this is just an honest review and it's just my personal opinion. But I know for myself that I've spent a long time trying to build up my business, and I'm still doing that every day. And then to get involved with using something like this that could literally just wipe everything out overnight, because you could get your accounts banned. There is always that possibility where you could get your website shut down, and you don't want to spend all that time putting all that hard work in just to have everything just taken away from you just because you decided to implement something and you weren't really sure of whether it was going to work or not. The likes of a software like this would probably aim more at beginners and newbies that wouldn't be fully aware. But the reason why I'm doing this review is to kind of make people like you that are starting out aware to maybe stay away from something like this and actually focus your time and your energy on more legitimate platforms, because there definitely is more legitimate avenues that you can actually take to actually help you grow and get started online. As an example, the software and the programs that I use, they're from legitimate sources, and I know myself that they're helping me to grow, and it's only going to grow more over time as long as I put the work in. But I don't want to risk getting involved with something that I think that could potentially hurt my business and my growth. And I would say the same to any of you guys out there that's thinking of the same. Because again, you want to put all that work in and you want to grow. You don't want to lose everything that you've worked so hard for. So in my personal opinion, I would avoid something like this here. But again, that's just my opinion. Because there is a lot of questions around how it actually takes certain topics and trends and even some of the content, and it takes it from legal avenues. I wouldn't like to think what implications that can have on you as a creator with your content and time. So it's probably maybe best to maybe avoid something like this and focus your time and your energy on something that can definitely help you grow. So what I'll do is I'll leave a couple of links in the description just for resources about information for copyright laws and so forth, just so that you can at least have a look over them, and then you can kind of get an idea yourself as to what you should actually focus on and what you actually need to avoid. It's just when you're starting out that at least you have an idea of how to gauge your work and that things that you should be aware of that you should avoid, so at least that way you don't get yourself in trouble in the future. So again, hopefully you found this review to be helpful. Hopefully it's given you some insight as to what you need to be aware of when you're trying to start your online business, and things that you should focus on and things you need to avoid. So if you have found this video to be helpful, make sure to leave a like on the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you're made aware of future content. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment down below. And again, make sure to check out the first link in the description and the pinned comment for a simple and effective step-by-step blueprint that you can use that will help you grow your online business quickly and effectively. Also, feel free to check out some of the other videos and reviews that I actually currently do on my channel so that you can get a further idea of some of the things and trends and topics that can help you or that you need to avoid when you're starting out in your own online business. So again, I will see you all in the next one.